We are live today, 5th of November. Good morning, wherever you may be watching this from. Haiti, États-Unis, Canada, wherever you may be, DR, Jamaica. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Got a good show, a quick show. I am challenging myself to do a quick show for the first time. Sorry, the running joke by now for everyone who's been a long time watcher of the live show. But my goal is to keep this bad boy under an hour. All right. And so let's do this. Let's do this thing. Right. Per usual, one man show on Sunday. So we're going to go ahead and take care of some things in the background. Then we'll be back. Got a good show. Got some current events to talk about. Just going to, this is an update, kind of get a sense of a pulse of what's happening in Haiti. You got to stay on the pulse of things, right? And then we'll be out. I'll let you back on your Sunday on this very. It's starting to get chilly. I don't know where you guys are at, but it's starting to get chilly, right? But we'll be right back. We'll be right back. And what is up? We are online. We're streaming on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yo, do us a favor here. Partage live là. We got a good show ahead of us. A good show ahead of us. What is up? Good morning. Top of the morning to everyone. We got a short show ahead of us. Short show. Hand to God. Hand to God. You know, we're just gonna be in and out. You know, it's really, I just wanted to say what's up to the SeeJeanty community. We out here. You know, we're working in the back end. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of different things. You know, the media is really the cornerstone of what we do here. So I just wanted to pop on here this Sunday and just say what is up. We're still working, and I know a lot of folks who, given the many challenges of Haiti recently, have had to modify their plans. I know folks who, unfortunately, have left Haiti. I know folks who, unfortunately, have moved to different parts of Haiti, right? But the fire for what we're doing, what we want for our country hasn't changed. We're going to stay on top of the posts of everything we're trying to do, and we're going to see it. We're going to get there. We're going to get to the other side. But if you're watching, I want to just thank you guys. It's a short show, so I'm going to jump right into what we usually do, the top of the hour stuff that you're used to hearing. If you're watching this after the fact, you can always fast forward. You can fast forward to the meat and the potatoes of what we're going to be talking about. But of course, pour connaître c'est que nous qui un pile respect pour Haitian et nous simplement gagnons une mission pour nous partager ça qu'a fait dans Haïti et pour une audience internationale. C'est la raison que nous faisons en anglais. Et là, bien, on joue que peut-être n'a pas fait tout choix en créole, mais pour qu'on y a, nous avons une nécessité pour nous faire un discours en langage international. Parce que nous ne pouvons pas quitter Fox News, CNN et Miami Herald et dicter perception pays nous. Et il faut le gagner en sus, même les sus ça très petit, comparatif à eux, au moins ils existent. Ils n'ont pas existé. Si vous pas réussi, vous pas aller chercher nous, vous pas aller apprendre la réalité. Bon, ça c'est sur eux. Mais une fois aller là, et n'a mettre le dehors, et c'est la raison où exister. So, moi, c'est tout le monde, et qui peut-être, si anglais, c'est pas première langue, si vous avez une préférence pour que là, que yo m'gadou, et qui be patience avec nous. Et parce que j'aime dire là, il est très important que ça n'a fait là, ni fait en anglais pour les mondes qui ont une perspective plus détaillée que ça a recevoir dans le moment jour à jour. OK? Merci tout le monde. Of course, 100% Haitian brand. It's the lifeblood of what we're doing here, right? We have so many brands that we're exporting out the country and selling right now, available to you wherever you may be, right? Wherever you may be. We got Ziri Shelleye rice, which don't buy this if you never had really Ziri Shelleye rice. Listen, I'm starting to preface that right now. A lot of Haitian Americans buy DHLI rice thinking it's Madame Gugu's. This is not Madame Gugu's rice. And this is not a scented rice. This is a rice that is directly from Haiti in the style of how Haitians in Haiti consume it. It's a very earthy smell. If you're not used to it, don't buy it. If you do buy it, you try it. Don't leave a bad review because it's not for you. It's for Anoudzi Haitian authentique. Okay. All right. You've been advised. You've been advised. Boule chocolat. It's getting cold. It's the best time of the season to have boule chocolat. We're getting directly from the north of Haiti. And of course, we have our staples, our cassava. Once again, another product from the north of Haiti. Absolute staple. Absolutely one of our top sellers. And then, of course, the jonjon. We almost can't keep up with demand, but we are keeping up with demand. Jonjon. And you can find all that online. In fact, I'm going to go and give you the link for that, right? Oh, my link must have been deleted. Ain't that something? But I'll still give you this link here. You'll be able to get everything you need right there at SeeJeanty.com shop for all of the Haitian products. I'll make sure to update my little notes here. For some reason, my link directed to Amazon got deleted, but we'll fix that after the show. After, of course, and on that same link, you have access to our book, Simple 101 Ways to Make Money in Haiti, especially now with things being so difficult. A lot of case studies. Most, I'm not saying all, but most of the businesses we cover as examples for the different ideas we present are still operating. Right, so that tells you something, right? Especially the environment is difficult. It's Haiti. So we've picked very resilient companies that have the right strategy, right leadership for you to learn from. And it's in that book. And you can buy it right now on Amazon, ebook, get the hard copy, and the funds support the show, support what we got going on, support the staff in Haiti and what we got in the mission, right? Of course, the conversation doesn't necessarily have to stop when the show ends. You can, all right, join the private WhatsApp group. There's a conversation happening 24/7 in there. We have a growing group of individuals who are pushing the envelope in terms of what it means for Haitians to collaborate and assist each other in what they're doing. So don't be shy. Go in there. Again, there is a monthly fee for it, but that monthly fee goes to support what we have going on here. I don't make a dime. It's going to the salaries and ultimately the equipment and things of that sort to keep this show operating. While you're getting a massive benefit, you have access to an attorney in there that's helped a few of our members and some of the issues they've had, helped me personally. And so you have a lot of resources in there. So do think about joining. The link I just dropped in the chat. If you're watching on IG and Facebook, Facebook or YouTube, if you're watching IG, I do propose that you switch over to YouTube or Facebook so you can get the links and be more current. And of course, hyperdistribution.com, that is the entity that's bringing products and by the container load weekly out of Haiti. Do check out the website. Do see, you'll be able to see our full inventory of different products we're bringing out. And if you want to become a wholesaler or purchase directly from us, you're more than welcome to do so, right? So that is the top of the hour stuff. Oh, of course, we cannot forget the canal. We're partnered with an entity called FOI, F-O-I, a Force Organisée et Inclusive. I'm going to drop the information for those who are looking to donate. It's you have to money transfer it to the account on screen. If you want to talk directly to Anton Claude, the representative of FOI, before you send it to vet them out directly, you're more than welcome to. I went ahead and drop that and put that info on the screen. Canal Pap Campé. Canal Pap Campé. Right? And so we're going to keep pushing, keep doing it. And the info's there. Go ahead and support it. All right. You guys let me know how I'm sounding. I just realized that the past show or two, I never was using the microphone I had. I guess after the show, I'll go ahead and listen to it because I do try to catch a few minutes of my own show, just kind of review the video and audio quality. And I realized that I was never using the right microphone settings, apparently. Go figure. That's one thing that when it's a one-man show. But thank you. I do hear some folks telling me the sound is good, so thank you for that. Thank you for that, guys. So let's talk about it. We have a really good show. You know, a lot of different things to talk about that's been happening in Haiti. First off, you know, quick update on the canal. It's still progressing. Those who aren't following me on Instagram, change that. Okay, change that, because I am on my stories every day. I'm in close contact with, you know, the forces on the ground for the canal. Every day, I try to pass along the videos I'm getting from the force on the ground at the canal, the different updates, the work. So if you're curious to know what's happening on the ground daily, make sure you're following me on Instagram. And, you know, you want to keep the notifications on for stories, sure. And you'll see what's happening with commentary as well, directly from those on the ground. So do make it a point to follow me on Instagram, for daily KPK updates. Last bit of information I had was that there was a pretty nasty rainfall that did overrun the river and did cause, you know, some overflow into the canal that's still being prepped, as you can imagine. They've since recovered. It took about a day or two for them to recover, but they've since hit back on their stride. And what's most important, they're well over 60-70% complete. They're a lot further up into the canal. And give me 1 second. They're very much, why is that doing that? And they're very much making progress, right? And so a lot of respect to the hard workers. And you know, daily, for example, we just got news just a few days ago. Another Haitian diaspora group was able to provide a substantial amount of funds into the canal. Over $50,000 or $40,000 was provided by a diaspora group, and so it's you know, the funds keep coming in, and it's phenomenal to see again. Really, for the first time that I've been, you know, doing a lot of stuff in Haiti, you know, that we're seeing such a massive organized effort. I mean, I've seen it here among the community. I know when we had our own canal project, the St. Louis du Sud Canal project, we came in force, raising upwards of $10,000 for the canal, which has now been complete. I did do an update video on that. If you do SeeJeanty St. Louis du Sud update video, you do see that at the time I did it, there had just a tiny bit left, which they've since completed. So that right there, that really opened my eyes in terms of really, given as small as our community is, it's qualitative. Right? I always say, folks, you know, our 24K followers, you know, the general 20, 30, 40 folks who watch our lives, you know, are as strong and as powerful as dudes and females who are getting, you know, 2, 3, 4x that, because of the quality we have here. But it's just phenomenal to see how KPK, Canal Pas Campé, has really inspired so many folks across the globe, Haitians especially, to contribute work together. In fact, I was watching a video just the other day where we had a Haitian diaspora, Haitian American, who had just moved back specifically to participate in the canal restructuring. And there's a lot more stories like that, unsung, of folks doing fantastic work. And so, I mean, I think you guys can agree. Let me go in the chats really quick before I go into my first news story and just say what's up. Chill, what is up? Jeff Heiner in the house, no problem. I thank you for showing the appreciation. Thank you for appreciating the videos. Do make sure you share them wide and far, right? Et ça dit yo te supposé après dire en créole en bas écran. I tell you what, et sou ka partager technologie ça avec frère côté et ça qu'a fait en real time, parce que ça c'est un show qui live li Apil fwa, nou kon, bon, di gen yon epok kote nou tap fe sa. E en plus, nou de kon fe, di gen yon epok kote nou tap fe, nou de kon duplike tout video que nous kon fe. Bon, il existe là toujours, chercher SeeJeanty en créole, c'est un canal même côté tout à fait nous tap fait. C'est un créole, nous te reshoot yo, recouper yo, tout ça. Et bon, ça prend temps, ça prend ressources, bon. Et ça c'est une. Mais pour ça là faire là, et malheureusement, pas contre technologie qui existait, qui côté, et en real time, ou qu'a fait traduction. Okay, but partagez la même. Maybe I don't know. I would love to do it. Okay, no problem. Okay, that was for Wes asking me if I could do real-time translation, not translation, but what's that word? Real like text, in Creole underneath. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. Give me the link that does in real time. Charlie Mellon in the house. What's up? Good to have you. 1804 Haiti in the house. I'm definitely happy to see a lot of folks. And let me go through IG real quick. Give IG some love. We got Ski Bree in the house. Thank you for the words of inspiration. I much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you. And everyone else who might be being shy, but hello. What's up? And we have Judith in the house as well. What's up? What's up? Happy to have you. Bon dimanche, for short. Bon dimanche. One thing that I really wanted to jump right in the conversation, and we're trying to keep it short, under an hour, right? But one thing I definitely want to jump right in and start talking about is the fact that right now, as I'm talking to you, funny enough, we were just talking about St. Louis du Sud, right? You guys may not be aware, but in St. Louis du Sud, which is a town along the southern part of Haiti, in between on the road to Okai. Okay, maybe it's 40 minutes before Okai. I say 40 minutes. 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Depending on what may be happening on the roads, right? From Okai, a group of private citizens built a private port. Right? It took a long time because it's really folks from that area who left, came back, saw the potential to expand the economic activity of the area, of the country, but of the area especially. And they built a port. That area, the water is relatively deep. They can take container ships. The quality of the container ships, I haven't read the research, but they can take container ships. It's been open for quite some time. Per my understanding, no state funds were behind the building of that port, right? And right now, as I'm talking to you, there is a container ship parked at that port with 82,000 bags of cement. 82,000 bags of cement. Why is that important? One of the consequences of KPK, which we were just talking about, canal Pap Campe, okay, the canal that's being built over in Wanamet, is that even though the Dominicans have opened the border, right? Bear in mind, they've opened the border for trade, quote unquote, but not for our people to migrate. One of the restrictions they put is that the selling of construction material, that includes cement, rebar, steel, anything really that could be useful specifically for the construction of the canal, has been prohibited from being traded and sent to Haiti, right? Don't forget already that it's been well documented that the quality of what they're sending to us in terms of their food products really isn't suitable for consumption and exit to other countries. So the reason why they've been in such a panic, a lot of the producers have been in such a panic because of what they produce for Haiti would not pass checks of countries. For example, you cannot export what they make for Haiti. A lot of their products, they would not pass to go and be shipped to America, for example. And you can tell that, there's, made for Haiti, a lot of these products, right? So a lot of their products aren't quality to begin with, right? On top of the fact that a lot of what we could send them, they've explicitly banned. There's a reason why if you go to the Dominican Republic right now, you try to get a Prestige. If you get a Prestige, it's going to be easily 2, 3, 4 times higher than any other beer that you'll get in DR. Why? Because it's a black market beer, right? And there's a cost to the black market. There's a reason why right now in DR you cannot get rum barbancourt. If you do get it, it'll be 2, 3, 4 plus times the price of any other rum, because it's a black market rum. You can't get it directly legally. It's done through clandestine processes to get them effectively. It's contraband. In other words, it's contraband, right? If you do get it in someplace in DR. That's just two quick examples, right? The majority of things that could be traded from Haiti are not allowed. There's a few things they've grandmothered in. I know tobacco is one thing, and coffee is another that they sort of grandfathered in. But again, very minimal value addition. They're getting it typically directly from farmers. Because as anyone knows, the money in agriculture, in food and beverage, exists in the value addition processes that are done. Okay, in the value addition processes that are done. Give me a second, guys. I got a little backup battery that's been acting up. I'm gonna have to get rid of that after this show, or at least call the internet company and see what's going on with that. So excuse the interruption there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again while we're on air. And so it's been a one-sided relationship. It's been a one-sided relationship thus far with the Dominican Republic. And recently, this has been an extremely, the slap in the face already. Come on, how many times can somebody call up to slap you, and you still come back and ask for more? The fact that they're not allowing construction equipment to be traded, and the fact that we have, it's not necessarily too clear who's behind this shipment, if it's Haitians or if it's just business people abroad who are, because this ship, by the way, is from Colombia. It's from Colombia with cement from Colombia. So it's not clear if it's Colombians business people who are seeing the opportunity, keeping track of the news, who sent it. So that's not clear right now. But what is clear is we can't get cement, and really, DR has been a very important source for cement. Okay, very important source for cement. And we can't legally get it right now from DR. Now, that said, is it still coming through? My sources tell me yes. My sources tell me, a lot of these things are still coming through and coming through in force. They're just not coming through the typical roads that separate the border, but they're still coming through, right? Typically, when that happens, you have to understand that it's going to be more expensive than usual. And already Haiti has a tremendous inflation problem. I was just reading the monthly statistics of inflation in Haiti, and we're seeing what we've always seen, which is a 20 to 30% month over month increase in prices. That's been very typical as long as I've been covering the economic statistics of Haiti. We've been seeing those sort of figures, and that doesn't help. That's one. But most importantly, you have to understand you're helping facilitate gangs, right? You're helping facilitate black market actors who, in addition to making money now off cement and rebar and all those things that can't be officially traded across the border, these are the same entities. When you ask how are these gangs getting guns, right? It's these same actors. It's these same individuals right now who are bringing contraband over. These are the same guys who are bringing guns, bullets, and all the things that are right now being used to terrorize the population. So you're diversifying what they can make money on, and that's not necessarily something we want to do, right? And so when you have a container ship right now, 82,000 bags of cement sitting at this privately funded and built port. You know what's most frustrating about Haiti's situation, guys? Haiti is a situation that can be easily fixed. If only we can get rid of the principal thing holding Haiti back, and that's Haiti's government. Because it's Haiti's government right now that is not allowing this container with cement, 82,000 bags of cement, from being unloaded. As I'm talking to you right now, they sent custom agents and they sent agents of BLTS. BLTS is basically like the DEA, right, of Haiti. So they've inspected the boat. They've confirmed there are no drugs, no cocaine, no marijuana, no buzz, okay, on the boat. They've confirmed that. The customs has gone on the boat per all sources. They've confirmed that, okay? They've confirmed that the boat is seaworthy and would be acceptable to come on our territory to sell, right? All the paperwork's in order. What they've advised the boat is that it's not that they don't want them to unload. It's not that they've not allowed them to sell or offload the cement. What they're saying is they have to go to Port-au-Prince to do it. Well, you can say, well, Chris, well, I mean, come on, this port probably doesn't have the equipment. Well, guess what? This boat is one of these special designed container boats that has the capacity. They have its own machinery to offload from the boat to land. I've as someone who's in the import-export trade, or primarily export, I've had conversations with our carriers. When I say carriers, I'm talking about Seaboard, Antillian, these entities that exist that, bring product out, right? Lloyd, what is it? Lloyd, CMA, CGM. I've had conversations with these guys, right? And they tell me that, because I bring it up. I say, hey, would it not be a good idea, given the many difficulties right now of using the port of Port-au-Prince as the primary exit way and entryway for containers? Like, we have Port Miagwan that I'm aware, even right now as I speak to you, does receive containers. We have Port Okai, who could perhaps, if some minimal investment could be done. I know the port in Jeremy, the wharf, was heavily damaged last time I visited in that could have been 2019, 2020, right, somewhere around there. I personally visited, really for the second time, right? I visited, and it was even the second time I visited, it was still heavily damaged. My understanding was it couldn't receive boats, though I have heard recently that some boats have been unloading and using that particular port. But Port Jeremy could be an option. St. Mark also has a private port that, a private and a public port that could be used to unload and offload. And of course, we have cap Haitian, which, as we know, is indeed a functional in and outward port, right? So I've had conversations about diversifying, because right now it's all Port-au-Prince and a sliver of cap Haitian, right? In terms of the export trade in any case. And they tell me, they say, listen, Chris, we'd love to do it. We'd love to, use another port. Come on, we're not crazy. We'd love to, but the reality is that Port-au-Prince and Cap Haitian are the only two ports in the country that have the infrastructure, the cranes, okay, the when you're moving containers, talking about 20, 40-foot containers, there's specialized trucks, right, that are used, right? There are only ports in the country that have those specialized trucks, right? And it costs millions of dollars to have a port retrofitted for modern container ships, right? And modern containers. Millions of dollars, right? Millions with an S, right? And so they tell me that none of these ports that we just mentioned, Miagwan, St. Louis du Sud, it would be included, Okai, St. Mark, all those I just mentioned, none of them have the infrastructure, per what I've been told, to handle the load of the container ships. For example, in Miagwan, yes, they receive things, but it's from boats that have ramps, and the products literally are ramped on and ramped off the boat, right? So that it's not able to handle modern container ships. There's no ramps on modern container ships. Got to have a crane. Crane goes on. Crane takes it. Like the little game. Like the game used to play with the little puppets and stuff like that, little toys that be in there, right? And then puts it on the dock, right? And then even when it's on the dock, it gets moved. And then when it gets to the dock again, it gets moved again and stacked. And you need that sort of machinery, and it costs millions of dollars. And those ports don't have it, right? But here we are. We have a container ship that came, and it has the cranes it needs to offload that specific type of merchandise, which is cement and cement bags, right? So that's one way to get around it. If the container ship comes with the equipment it needs, right, then what are we talking about here, right? But there's an assistance from customs, Haiti customs. It must go to the port in Port-au-Prince, right? Of course, you're asking, Chris, this doesn't make sense. Why is that? Why would they do such a thing? Especially given that once it gets to Port-au-Prince, we know the situation in Port-au-Prince, right? It can't leave. It's really difficult to leave. Hell, it's really difficult to leave the port itself. The port itself is surrounded by gangs, right? And there's incredible risk for hijacking of containers, products leaving just the port area. And then there's another risk again, as once you get that through past that zone. Say if you're trying to go to the south, the best road to go through the south is the road that cuts through Matissa. And now you're running through a second risk of being your product being hijacked. And it's not even a risk; it's a reality, guys. I mean, we're taking daily. There's products, there's trucks, camion that are being hijacked. Their products taken. If the products aren't taken, the owners have to pay a ransom for the products. Now, it's not just a kidnapping situation that's ran rampant in Haiti for the past two years plus. It's been a epidemic of hijacking of products. And think about it. A lot of the products that are being sent from Port-au-Prince, okay, are food and beverage products. Food and beverage, right? Food and beverage. So when you're hijacking food and beverage and requiring the owners of these products to pay a ransom of tens of thousands of dollars. Typically, a typical ransom for stuff like this is $10,000, $20,000. Where are they going to get it from? At the end of the day, that cost is going to be passed on to the consumer. So we're looking at a situation where already we've had rampant inflation, but it's even more so now with these gangs, right? In this case, we're talking about cement. So the cement passes through one very dangerous gang territory. Hopefully it doesn't get hijacked there. But it could. That's one ransom. And then it gets through another heavily fortified gang area, which is Matissa. Gets hijacked again. It's another set of money. Maybe it doesn't. But anyone who's been following news right now in Haiti and specifically Matissa, you are aware that gangs have set up tolls. Okay, tolls. The state doesn't exist in Matissa. There is no state. Okay, it's utter. I hate to say it like that, but utter anarchy. It's gangs, 10-year-old kids with AKs who are on the road. Everyone passing, maybe transport. You're really taking your chances. If you're a private vehicle driving, you're really taking your chances, right? Because they can take a look at you and decide to have you pull to the side road. You're really taking your chances. But public transportation has a rate. Personal transportation has a rate. And the big camions, of which these cement would have a rate. And the rate runs up to $40, $50 equivalent and good, up to upwards of $3, $4, $5. I've heard even as much as $1,000 to allow a fully loaded 40-foot container worth of product to pass through. Okay. And so you're telling a container of cement. Remember, guys, I know Haiti has one crisis back to back to back. So I know sometimes they all mix together. But remember, the South has had two major earthquakes. Two. One recently and another big one just after Jovenel's assassination. And then we had another one, right? So two massive earthquakes have hit the south of Haiti. The south of Haiti is under construction from those two earthquakes. The south of Haiti is in desperate need of cement and a lot of building material, right? And so you're telling this container boat to leave where it's at, where they can unload and immediately disperse its 82,000 bags of cement across the south, and telling it instead to go into Port-au-Prince and deal with the entirety of all the risk. I want to say it's insane, but insane, I feel like the person who invented the word insane would say, what's happening in Haiti is beyond. Don't use my word. Okay. Invent a new word. Don't sully my word insane with what's going on in Haiti right now. Okay. It doesn't make any sense. You have a prime minister, okay, going across the globe saying Haiti's ungovernable. He can't do the job. Why is he prime minister? I don't understand. He can't do the job. International community needs to come in, help put his country in order, right? He's getting news. He has people telling him what's happening in his territory. If he was someone serious, he would pass an executive order, because right now he's ruling as a king. There is no parliament. Whatever he writes is law. He's a king. He can pass along an executive order that effectively says, no, we'll let this boat unload, and because there's a necessity, we understand we can't govern right now. The whole country's unsafe. That's the whole reason why I'm trying to get intervention force here. We can't do the job, right? So let's let them do it. And so long as we ensure that the boat doesn't have drugs, so long as we ensure that the products are safe for the Haitian market, right? Take a bag, sample it, make sure it does what it does, right? There's very smart, intelligent engineers. You can come and ensure that the quality of the cement is appropriate for Haiti, especially given, our very geologically active environment that we exist in. If all that is correct, if all that is appropriate, what are we doing here? Like what are we doing here, guys? Let the boat unload its products. I don't want to go and do the whole rant where so T group neg do effect cob. I don't want to go in that rant that says it's a small little family. I don't want to cite names like Bijou, like Mev, like etc. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want this what we have here to be that. To be, I want to say this a conspiracy corner, right? But your local barbershop where all these names are being cited and they're the reason why X, Y, and Z and the third. I don't want it to be that. But when you see a situation like this, right, where groups of people have put together, founded a port, built a port, we have another group of people who've seen opportunity to assist us and make some money, right, by bringing a container full of cement, right? But then you see the government standing on the opposite side, right? The opposite side of this very positive thing and saying no. I mean, how can you not go on a rant and say it's the influence of certain families not allowing certain products to enter the country, of which they have a monopoly? How can you not go on a rant and say certain owners of certain ports do not want any other port to be important for the country? And God damn the good of the country. God damn the good of the people. God damn what benefits certain things could do. If my pockets are not being aligned with more good, more US dollars, then the whole country could be burnt to the ground. That, my friends, this is why Haiti is where it is today. What you're seeing right now with the fact that we have a container ship with 82,000 bags of cement not being allowed to unload. This is why Haiti is where it's at today, because we have a group of leaders, both political and economic. There is no such thing as Haiti. We talk about Haiti. I see 40 folks in my view, in my live right now. We got about 4 or 5 on the live show on IG. We understand the concept of Haiti. We understand there was something that happened in 1804. Toussaint, Dessalines, and Christophe, Boyer, Pétion. We understand the history of people coming together, overthrowing massive empires to liberate a country of majority poor, black, and mixed people. We understand that history. We understand the importance of coming together, working together, doing for country and not for. So we understand that here. We understand that. But somehow, some way, an entire class of extremely selfish and delusional people have risen to having each components of power in our economy and power in the area occupied by Haiti. That's how I have to describe it. It's the area occupied by Haiti, because these guys don't see a country called Haiti. And if it does not benefit them, goddamn, this thing you call Haiti. And that's where we are, guys. That's where we are. That's why 2 years ago, that's why we have sanctions. It's not just me, the UN, we talked about 2-3 shows ago. In fact, we had Jeanty said to stay on, and he gave his perspective as someone who worked in the government and worked in a lot of organizations. Some notorious, some not, right? Some infamous, some not, right? And gave his perspective. And so it's public knowledge at this point. It's written in UN documents of folks who have caused where we are right now. Economic elites, political elites, who literally were going to gangs, providing them guns, right? Why would you do something like that if there wasn't a single driving directive of what's good for me is the only thing that matters? That's where we are. That's where we are. Right? We have the Chamber of Commerce of the South, very clear coming out with a public statement, very clear saying, this decision by Haitian Customs is unfathomable. They cannot fathom why the container ship is not being allowed to unload. And that's where we are. I somehow am going to hold on to optimism that the boat will be allowed to unload. Time is money when it comes to these container ships. Like already that container ship's been sitting at the dock for 7+ days, which is not good. I think anybody who's in the logistics, transportation domain, distribution domain, understand that if your wheels aren't turning, you aren't making money. If the water ain't chopping, you ain't mopping. I don't know. It rhymed. I liked it. Right? If you ain't moving, you're not making money. And the fact that you have a container ship being parked for 7+ days for God knows how long, right? And God forbid it leaves with those 82,000 sacks of cement. God forbid. You're talking about a waste, right? That's really the big news story I just wanted to pop on real quick to talk about. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see that. We're in such a situation where leadership is failing us in real time. Right, we have leadership failing us in real time. Right, and there's this degree of feeling of powerlessness in seeing it happen in real time. All right, seeing it happen in real time. Right. And some other news, we do have a very interesting development of the two St. Shore towers, radio tower being developed. My understanding is going to add the capacity for, in addition, there's a second runway that's being built under development for Toussaint Shore. It's going to certainly allow for better control and better capacity for our airport, right? Which is good news. We got to talk about the good news. We got to talk about some of the development that's happening from a country infrastructure perspective, and the development happening right now at the airport. In addition, the academy is supposed to be within that building to allow for additional workers, Haitian technicians of our aerospace, right? It's a good thing. Now, I think it would have it is a much important priority that the airport in Okai be completed. Just a little bit left, in that airport, in that runway, so it could accept international flights. Just a little bit left, and was being worked on Jovenel before he was assassinated. I think that certainly, in terms of a bigger return on an investment, I think certainly being able to circumvent Port-au-Prince and allowing Haitians tourists to fly directly to Okai, right, and thus have access to Gundas, Jérémy, heck, everything to the west of Matissan, Carrefour. I know folks who they fly into Port-au-Prince, they take a plane, fly over to Okai, and then drive 3 hours back towards Port-au-Prince to get to Carrefour. Carrefour, for those who don't know, is it's the town on the other side of Matissan, like literally like right on the other side of Matissan. But they have to fly. Okay, typically a $300 plane ticket on top of the plane ticket they may have had to fly into the country, and then drive, pay another set of money to get to a town that's exactly adjacent to Port-au-Prince. You understand what I say? I can't use the word insane. The person who invented the word insane is having a fit. Don't use my word for the level of craziness that you have going on in your country. You understand? State-driven. Nonetheless, though, a good bit of progress from that perspective for the airport, right? And I'm just kind of glancing at my notes here, seeing which elements are worth talking about. Very recently, Biden and Abinader have connected, and of course, listen, I would hope that the majority of what they talked about was U.S. and Dominican related things, but without a doubt, Haiti came up. Louis Abinader from his very first day in office, I think, has made it a point that he feels that he's not only elected to represent Dominican Republic, but feels he's elected really as the president of Hispaniola, president of the entire island, which houses both Haiti and Dominican Republic, to speak on our behalf, go across. I mean, this is before, even when Jovenel was here, to make it his point. And so he, of course, brought us up, which is quite frankly, I can't speak for anyone else, but it's just one reason why I'm very careful and cautious of the intervention, right? Really just eyeing what Abinader is trying to do. And I'll tell you what, I'll feel a lot better about a lot of things if this fella loses the election. There's an election coming up in a couple months in DR. I'd feel a lot better knowing that guy is no longer around to harass us. And I think I speak for many of the people, right? I'm seeing some questions in chat. Let me see. I see the jamming. How you say that? Jam Oman. Oof, I'm not gonna try anymore. Aren't they sanctioned by Canada and U.S. though? Does that make conspiracy? The same thing happened in U.S. and Panama. I must have missed that question. I'm not following the context of that. And let's see what Ernest Steele is saying. Question: instead of Port-au-Prince, would it be better to unload the cement in Cap Haitian, since Port-au-Prince since it's risky? Also, Cap Haitian is closer from Monument compared to, So I think that's a great question. Again, to paraphrase, why can't that boat go over to Cap Haitian instead of Port-au-Prince? I think if in the situation where the state remains steadfast in not allowing this boat to offload in St. Louis du Sud. I think, to me, that for sure is the best next option, quite frankly, right? Which is, okay, cool, no problem. Don't go to Port-au-Prince, go to Cap Haitian. And that cement, you're absolutely right, could be used not only, in Cap Haitian, right? There's a lot of there's construction happening, and those sack cements could be extremely useful. But also go to Wanamet, right? And the project happening there. I agree with you, but understand my point of view is a lot of the cement that you're seeing going that would have been used in the South, because the South needs cement too. A lot of that cement comes from Dominican Republic. We just expressed Dominican Republic isn't officially allowing cement to come over their border, right? So what about the South? Yeah, we want cement and the canal. We need cement too, right? We need cement, right? We need cement. But the South needs cement too. I just expressed they had 2 major earthquakes within a 2-3 year period. There's a desperate need for building materials still to this day. Why can't it be unloaded there? It should be unloaded there. It should not be go to Port-au-Prince so it can go back down to the South. That's insane. But in the situation that it isn't allowed to be unloaded, then I'm with this team, Ismet. I'm with Ismet that, yeah, let's bring it to OCOP instead. Let's not bring it to Port-au-Prince. Bring it to OCOP instead, unload it, and at least a good chunk of it can go to the canal project. So I'm with you. I'm with you. And I hope somebody who's involved in this, a boat captain, can come to that realization as well. And that happens that way as an alternative. Right? And so I think I'm looking at the time. And remember, I promised we're going to have a short show. I promised. I said, for the first time in the history of the show, we're going to have a short show. For a short show meaning, we're not 2.5 hours in. We're at 1 hour. One show. 1 hour. And this show is going to be that show. This show, mark on your calendars, is the first show I've been able to keep it short. Right? We'll be back next Sunday. This week, Kenya's court is supposed to decide on the intervention, allowing its police to go to Haiti. It's supposed to happen on the 9th. If it doesn't get pushed back, it got pushed back twice already. It's supposed to happen on the 9th of November. And so next Sunday, God willing, knock on wood, when we connect again, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what we're seeing in terms of the intervention and what's happening. All right. Top of the hour stuff real quick. Remember, go check us out. Those who like what we got going on here, do check us out on SeeJeanty.com/shop. A lot of the products that you see back here, from the jonjo to the cassava to the boule chocolat to the G-Shela, right? You can get them all. SeeJeanty.com/shop. Also, it'll take you to the Amazon page. And once you get to the Amazon page, you can see a lot of different other things we're selling, right? If you appreciate what we got going on here, don't hesitate. Join the private WhatsApp group. I'm in there. We have a group of a lot of folks in there. We're chatting 24/7 on different things happening in the country. And it's a resource for those who are still looking to be engaged. It's a resource, and it's helps support the show. Your monthly funds go to help support the show because we have staff, we have a team, and equipment to support. So do go check that out. And those interested in some of the wholesale activities that we're doing, or the products we're bringing in, you want to be plugged into the network that we have established, go check out hybriddistribution.com. It's the company bringing containers out of agri, food, and beverage products out of Haiti for Haitian consumption. Do check that out. And guys, that's our show. If it's your first time here, do hit that like. If you like what we talked about today, hit that share button. Hit that share button. The private WhatsApp group, go to SeeJeanty.com. SeeJeanty.com. And then there's a part that says contact us, and then you'll see the private WhatsApp group information. All right. So SeeJeanty.com. And you should be able to figure out how to get to the WhatsApp group from there. Okay. If you like what we got going on here, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Share this conversation with somebody who you feel could have been informed by the conversation we had here today. All right. And guys, we'll be back at it again. We're back at it again. Peace.